In this demo of the Nova software, we will explore resources, components, and scenes. These are the pieces of the content playback. The list here of resources are all bits of content that we've already added via template. You can use these if you choose this template, or you can add additional content from a local source, be that video or photos or flash media, from a website, from our shared library, or from the Flickr site. You may also want to display it as images, thumbnails, as opposed to the listed details. That's an option that you can change every time if that's easier for you. Now, components are bits of content that you can use. The first one, the catalog player, not applicable. This one is a custom RSS. This allows you to create your own RSS feed. The external SWF and the external video, which I'll click on now, this allows you to actually use content that's on your own server rather than having to route it through our web-based server. It tends to be a little faster. You can do a grid or a chart through Excel, do a stock player. Here's a standard RSS news component. It's not as customizable, but it's super easy to add. There's a clock component. There's a bunch of different ways you can customize the clock. A weather player, so you can have the weather widget there. HTML, you can actually embed a website. Have CNN playing. A webcam, I don't know, maybe in the nursery or something might be appropriate. I'm not sure. Media RSS is video podcasts essentially. That's a pretty cool way to add content to your site. Label is just adding a label is just words. Rich text is a much more dynamic way to add word content, and then the external app component would be used if you choose to have live TV, which is an additional item. So when you want to add content, you just click and drag it into your timeline, and that's content that you've already created. Now, a scene is it can be made up of resources and components, or either of the two. What it is it's a set of content that you know you're going to want to have combined together every time you use it. The weather widget is a great example of that, because this is a combination of images, and you can see here customizable forecasts by date. So you're always going to have all of those bits of resources together on this particular canvas, if you will, on this particular scene. So a scene is, as I say, it's a mixture of resources and or components combined together into a packet of data that can be uploaded with a single drag. So once you've created it, it's yours to use as you see fit. Here's a custom RSS scene, and you can here's an example of actually creating a scene. So you create the background, and then you drag content. This is more of an image. Let's look for a video. This might be an example of something you might actually use. A video that's going to play, and you can size it by clicking and dragging. And now, again, it's a scene, so there's some other bit of content that you would always want to have with that other piece of content. In this case, just easy to grab, clock. So now you'd say, well, every time this video plays, we always want a clock nearby. And it's very customizable. You can add custom backgrounds, custom content, lots of different content. So in this case, we've got essentially a widget and a video. So you can delete it and add new content as you see fit. So that is a scene, and you've got your resources, you've got your components, which you could call widgets, might be a good way of putting it, and then you've got your scenes, which is a preset combination of any resources that you might wish to combine. So again, it's click and drag. You want to add content to the timeline, click and drag. It's as simple as that. You want to add a new timeline. Let's just actually demonstrate creating a new timeline. You can see here that we've got all of our preset layouts. Certainly you could create a new layout. You may have seen that demonstration in a previous video. When you click on the file, you want to make sure you save it. Actually, I have given it the wrong name here. There's already a name, timeline 5, so add timeline 6, and then you want to make sure you save that so that it'll be there for you to use in the future. Now we want to add content, so we click on our output. This is the display of the content. We can easily change it to a different one with just a drag feature. It's very, very simple to take your preset content and upload it. Each of the different fields is easily updated. You add your frame for your background in this particular template, and you can decide how long you want that to run. Maybe you say, okay, well, 30 seconds is as long as we'd want to run this. Maybe you're going to go ahead and shorten the timeline. Your output doesn't need to be set at a minute. You can actually cut that down to an appropriate level. You see the drag functionality for defining the time frame, but you can actually also do it with a pull-down menu, which I'll demonstrate here in a moment. So you added an additional piece of content. This is a video, so we're going to have a video playing within that particular frame. And here you see the drag component, and then just go over there with your mouse, and you can make sure that the timelines are all set properly. I like to give the output just an extra smidge, just maybe a second only, just to make sure that you're not going to run short on your content. It's really up to you. So now you can actually have multiple bits of resources, multiple bits of content play in the same output during the same timeline. So here I'm just going to put up some ads. These are pharmacy ads, get this particular item at this price, that sort of thing. And then you define how long you want each component to display on the screen. Now this is within the same time frame that we've got our video running in another section, and that's running single content in a single field. But now we've got a separate channel, and we're going to have 3 different resources play in that particular box, in that field, at the same time that the other content is going on. So as you can see, that gives you the ability to really just click and drag any of the resources you've preloaded in there. Here is an actual scene. This is that weather widget we looked at earlier, which was a combination of different pieces. So we had the weather player, we had the different images, and so now that's an entire scene that's going to play within a single loop. Save it. This is not a live account, so I'm not going to actually save it. And then